The barrier shown between two water tanks of unit width 1 meter into the plane of the screen is modeled as a cantilever. So basically this is a configuration with a barrier and it is filled with water tanks on both sides. It is positioned between two water tanks where on one side of the tank the water level is up to 4 meter given and on the other side the water level is up to 1 meter given. Let us see the question. Taking the density of water as 1000 kg per meter cube and acceleration due to gravity as 10 meter per second square, the maximum absolute bending moment developed in the cantilever is dash kilonewton meter. We need to round off the solution to the nearest possible integer. Let's look forward and how to solve the solution. So this is the basic configuration given. So whatever the barrier is present here acts as a cantilever because it is fixed at this side point P and it is free at the other end. Let us try to divide the two water tanks into left tank and right tank. It is given that in the left tank the water surface level is at 4 meters from the bottom. Basically this is the pressure distribution from the free surface to the bottommost point in the water tank. This is linearly increasing because we all know that pressure is directly proportional to the height. So when height increases, pressure will increase. That is how you will get the linear distribution and pressure will be maximum at the bottom. Similarly, the same explanation holds good for the right tank. Here also the free surface is at 1 meter from the bottom of the tank. And here also the pressure varies in a linear way. Let us consider F1 as hydrostatic force acting on the plate or a cantilever barrier due to the water in the left side tank. This always lies at a distance of h1 by 3 from the bottom because of a triangular loading which acts on the barrier. So this hydrostatic force is written as rho g A1 bar into A1 into h1 bar. Here A1 is the area of the plate. The area of the plate up to the free surface from the bottom in the left tank. It is nothing but 4 multiplied by width, given that unit width, that is width is 1 meter, so area comes out to be 4 meter square. And let us try to replicate the figure again. We know that h1 is equal to centroid of area of the plate in the left tank up to the free surface, which is nothing but 4 by 2, 2 meters. So this gives us hydrostatic force on the left tank, in the left tank due to the water present which acts on the cantilever barrier is rho g A1 h1 bar. Substituting the corresponding values will give us F1 is equal to 80 kilonewtons. So now when we consider moment about point P, because of force F1, it will be F1 multiplied by h1 by 3, which will be in the clockwise direction, So F1 is 80 kilonewton multiplied by h1 is 4 divided by 3, which gives us 106.67 kilonewton meter. This is a clockwise moment. As you can see, this force tends to rotate about point P in clockwise direction. So this is the same concept which we are going to use in the right tank analysis as well. F2 is the hydrostatic force acting on the plate or a cantilever barrier due to the water in the right tank, which is rho g A2 into h2 bar. We know that A2 is the area of plate up to the free surface from the bottom of the rigid tank or right side tank. We get the area as 1 meter square because 1 meter is the height of water in the right side tank and 1 is the unit width. Similarly, we can get h2 as 1 by 2, which is 0.5. So now when we calculate F2, this comes out to be rho g A2 h2 bar. Substituting all the given values or all the known values, we get F2 is equal to 5 kilonewton. Now when we take the moment about point P, because of the force F2, it creates an anti-clockwise moment about point P whose magnitude is F2 multiplied by h2 by 3. Simplifying that will give us minus 1.67 kilonewton meter. We are considering it as minus because the sign convention is the clockwise moments in this problem are considered as positive and anti-clockwise moments are considered as negative. So that gives us minus 1.67 kilonewton meter. Since now we know the moments because of force F1 and force F2 about point P, let us try to take the resultant moment acting on point P because of moment created by F1 and F2. Upon simplifying that will give us moment acting on point P is 105 kilonewton meter. So the answer ranges from 104 to 106.